What is your American dream?
My American dream is basically to spread love. It's my American dream.
My American dream is to be loved and, just spread it wherever I go and just show it and just be loved.
My American dream is to build a music school and a clinic where my wife can be the doctor.
My American dream is health and happiness for everybody.
My American dream is to be a free bird.
My American dream is to fulfill all your dreams and desire possible.
My American dream, I think, is be a good UX designer at here. Yeah.
My American dream is being with my lover and enjoy my life. So
my American dream is to do whatever I want, how I want, and when I want.
there you go.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. We had to come back for Valentine's Day.
We had to.
I see you are in. You are in. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, you are in.
I'm here.
Here you are. You are in your
spiffy red.
Your Cupid sweater.
Yes, yeah.
You are in.
Cupid is in the building.
Who are you going to hit today?
We have to see. Who wants to get hit? Who wants to get hit?
Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We had to come back for Valentine's Day.
We
Do you have a special Valentine? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yes, the squad.
Very good answer. Very good answer.
The squad literally is my Valentine.
Very good answer.
Yeah, they're my Valentine. Answer. How about you?
I was waiting for that. I wish my mother a happy Valentine's Day and my sisters. There you go.
There you go.
And my daughter.
All right, and the squad.
And the squad. And I walked around and wished everyone in my office happy Valentine's Day as well.
Nice.
All right. Let's see who we got here. Stargirl Mika, squad up. British Ever Blessed Davis. Hey, Brad and Yo-Yo. How are you? It's Apple Pie. Alicia Stone, squad up. Dawn Harriet. Jessica Leamy. Marcia McCullough. Carol the Tiger. Kevin Clark. Squad up. Christy Kinsali. What's going on? Marcia McCullough. Starboy Torre. With a question on Facebook, a pre-schmooze question. Says, hi, my priority date is June 14th, 2021. I-130 petition, and my petitioner is a United States citizen. The service center is Texas Service Center. When could I expect my case to be approved?
Uh-oh.
Magic 8 Ball on Valentine's Day. Sarbe Toure. I don't even know who's sponsoring him.
Oh.
He doesn't even say who's sponsoring him. It just says his petitioner. Could be a brother, could be a sister, could be a mother,
Could
father.
be anyone.
Could be a son or daughter. Could be a wife. Could be a wife who's a resident. Could be a wife who's a citizen. Who the heck knows? But this thing right here, the Magic 8 Ball knows.
Should know, yes.
Will Starboy Toure get his petition approved by year end? And Magic 8 Ball says very doubtful. Magic 8 Ball is always right, by the way, and I would agree because they're really backed up. I have no idea when your petition is going to be approved. I don't even know who's sponsoring you. Dawn Harriet, squad up. Dion Reed, how are you?
Starboy said my father.
Your father, then. Starboy, if it's your father and you're over 21, Magic 8 Ball is absolutely right. Don't expect an approval for some time. And on YouTube, Burger and Ham saying hi, squad. Burger and Ham. It ain't too funny to start announcing burgers and ham on a day I miss lunch.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start getting hungry here.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. Earth Angel Perch, squad up. Monique Gordon said hi to everybody. Now I'm getting hungry.
Because of Burger and Ham.
And Burger and Ham keeps going. Burger and Ham saying happy Valentine's Day to all. Extra cheese, hold the pickles. Sesame seed bud.
Ooh.
Well, we have the special. We have a different type of sauce.
What kind of sauce?
Valentine's Day sauce.
Oh.
All right, take it away, Jonathan.
All right, squad. So you already know what time it is. It's time for you guys all to start sharing because we're going to start schmoozing with Brad. He's going to fill us in on the latest news, including U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services changing its mission statement to include words like welcome and respect. And of course, today is Fuzzy Monday, Super Bowl and Valentine's Day edition. So get ready for some extra special stories about our animal friends, from who won the Puppy Bowl to monkeys being serenaded.
And I do have to say before we tell everybody about how to call into the show, I see It's Apple Pie lost somebody today, so our condolences to you.
So sorry.
And she said she wanted to come here to feel a little better, so hopefully we bring some joy, squad brings some joy into your life. But my condolences to you. And I also want to say, Rog J. Roberts, you are wrong, man. Magic 8 Ball is always right. Rog J. Roberts, Mr. Negativity saying Magic 8 Ball is unreliable. And Magic 8 Ball is never unreliable.
Yes, right.
And, of course, you can call Spar and Bernstein. The number is scrolling at the bottom of your screen to reach out to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. Internationally, it's 212-227-8933. And no coincidence, it is the same exact number to call to get on our show right now. Wow. So if you have an immigration question, we haven't been on in about 2 weeks. Jonathan already taking a snack out of the Valentine's Day bowl.
I think I do this every year during Valentine's.
I'm in the middle of announcing stuff, and Jonathan's like, I wonder what candy's over here. And of course, this is Mexican candy. That's what Jill said. It's Mexican candy. What's it taste like? Does it taste like a sweet taco?
No. It's
like what?
Coconut.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was like, what would a Mexican candy taste like?
Coconut.
Coconut. Very good. And, of course, you can call 1-800-529-5465 to also get on our show. You can call from anywhere in the world to get on our show right now. 212-227-8933 if 1-800 number doesn't work in your neck of the woods. And later in the show, in honor of Valentine's Day, we will enjoy some immigration love stories and take a look back at some of our past Valentine's Days we've celebrated together. Do you realize, Jonathan, this is Bradshaw Live's 5th Valentine's Day show.
Wow.
This will be our 5th Valentine's Day show.
Wow. Was I here for all those?
No, you were not.
I was here for 4 of them.
I think so.
Yeah.
But time goes by.
Right.
Like that. 5 already.
Wow.
Wow, that's what I said.
That's wild.
If you asked me how many Valentine's Day shows we had, I would have guessed 3.
Really?
Yes. And Jill said, no, this is our 5th.
Wow.
I said, why are you aging me, Jill?
Aging me too.
I said, stop aging me, man. Stop aging me. All right, you ready to schmooze?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Stop aging me. All right. Let's see, where do we... here we are. All right, so today, by the way, is not only Valentine's Day, but it is also a day without Immigrants Day. On February 14th, most people like to associate with Valentine's Day heart-shaped chocolate boxes, balloons, and capitalism. Valentine's Day is basically, it's a capitalist, holiday to get people to go out and spend money on flowers and gifts and romantic stuff and dinners and theater and wherever you want to go. But that's why today they decided to call this today a day without immigrants. It was devised by 23-year-old Carlos Eduardo Espina, a Mexican-Uruguayan immigrant studying law at the University of Nevada. And the campaign is meant to make people realize the impact that immigrants have on the United States on a daily basis. This year, Espina asked immigrants in both Spanish and English to disrupt Valentine's Day by refusing to go to work, spending any money, taking their kids to school. As the campaign's Facebook page says, immigrants keep this country's economy on its feet through both labor and spending, and we're looking to really make their absence felt by scheduling protests on one of the biggest capitalist days. Now, you wouldn't believe this if I told you the numbers that came out recently of the millions of undocumented immigrants who are working in the United States. Because this campaign is trying to push to get the 11 million plus, maybe it's 11 million plus in the Northeast. I believe it's probably double or triple that amount of undocumented immigrants living in the United States to get legal status, or as many as possible. That's the whole basis of this campaign. And according to the American Immigration Council, undocumented immigrants. Let me put out a number to you.
Okay.
Okay, and you just go up or down.
Okay.
Okay. Undocumented immigrants give $500 billion in spending power in 2019 in the U.S. economy, more or less. More or less.
More.
Okay. Undocumented immigrants give $750 billion in U.S. economy spending, 2019, more or less.
More.
Undocumented immigrants spent over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. I can't say over. $1 trillion in 2019 in the U.S. economy.
Honestly, I would say that.
Okay. Is that more or less?
I would say it's more.
$1.3 trillion undocumented immigrants spent in terms of revenue in the U.S. economy. Undocumented immigrants paid $331 billion in taxes.
Wow, what?
In federal taxes and $162 billion in state and local taxes, never to get a benefit back.
Wow.
Never to get a benefit back. They paid into Social Security, never to get Social Security benefits, never to be able to get Medicaid, never to have any social safety net, unemployment insurance, nothing.
That's crazy.
Nothing. So Espinoza told on his Facebook page that although President Biden initially promised to create a clear roadmap to legal status and citizenship for unauthorized immigrants while campaigning for the presidency, those plans have not come to fruition, and this is why A Day Without Immigrants is happening today. It is in response to the U.S. government's inability to pass any meaningful immigration reform, yet undocumented immigrants are spending $1.3 trillion in the U.S. economy, have paid $331 billion in federal taxes in 1 year, in 2019, $162 billion in state and local, a total of close to $500 billion in taxes. Can't get $1 in benefits.
That's horrible.
So in regards to Biden's policy, Espinoza explained that although Biden said he would fight for immigrants and do everything possible to get immigration reform approved, hasn't happened yet. In fact, they haven't seen either the immigration reform or the fighting spirit he even promised. Describing how Biden is similar to Trump in regard to immigration policies, Espinoza said, "We want someone to fight for us in the White House."
Yeah.
So A Day Without Immigrants was also held once before on February 16th, 2017 to protest Trump's immigration policies, and that was organized after the Women's March on social media. A protest is actually happening right now in New York City, and some of our team members are there covering it, and we'll show what's going on there on another day.
Nice.
Yeah. And by the way, did you watch the Super Bowl? I'm sure everybody caught a little bit of it.
I am an LA native. Of course I did.
Okay, so you were happy the Rams won?
Of course.
Right.
And I knew they was going to win.
Mm-hmm. You know, it was sad for OBJ. He tore his ACL the second time.
That sucked.
Right, but
it's a win nonetheless, though.
The Rams came back and won in the last minute and a half of the game.
Yes.
It was exciting to watch.
Very.
And it was a great halftime show.
LA represented.
Right. It was a great halftime show.
Amazing halftime
A lot of OGs, right? And I saw a meme. It was very funny. Maybe I'm going to botch the meme. It was much funnier when I saw it.
Was it about 50 Cent?
No, well, 50 Cent hanging upside
Yeah.
down. I saw those too, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But no, the meme that I saw was, remember when your parents were so happy that when the Rolling Stones were playing, at the Super Bowl, and they were like saying, oh, the NFL is doing something for the old people, and now finally they're doing something for us. And then you said, wait a second, now we're the old people,
right.
We're the old people, right?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
these were all songs from the 90s, basically, right?
This, literally that whole halftime show reminded me of going to school in middle school, high school, and how we would all just hang and dance during lunch. So it literally was for us.
Everyone's wait a second. Now I'm the old people,
We're the old, telling the young kids this is before your time.
So meanwhile, believe it or not, the Department of Homeland Security, they had more than 500 personnel providing extensive security, air, sea, human trafficking prevention, enforcement support, intellectual property enforcement, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive detection technologies, venue, cyber, and infrastructure security assessments, intelligence analysis, and threat assessments, and real-time situation awareness reporting. So, you think the Department of Homeland Security is just immigration, but it is really Homeland Security.
Right.
That got a little people upset in the LA area, thinking that Department of Homeland Security is coming in, and maybe if you are a minority or you're undocumented or have an immigration problem, that they would use that as a pretext to start arresting and deporting people. A few tweets that came through included Turk Menzada tweeted, LAPD is working with ICE through next week on a task force for counterfeit goods and trafficking on public transport across Los Angeles. ICE and CBP will use the Super Bowl as an excuse to detain and deport people. Dr. Alejandro Merriman tweeted, I'm really livid about this news. What's ICE doing to protect Inglewood for the Super Bowl exactly? A city with high population of Latinos, neighboring another city a few blocks over of Latinos. The street I live down 6 minutes away from SoFi Stadium, mostly all Latinos. So people were very, very scared about ICE coming in. I think and then the question becomes, when the Olympics come to LA in 2028, what is ICE going to do? It depends on who the president is, quite frankly. I think my personal opinion is that a lot of people's fears about ICE coming in or Department of Homeland Security coming in to give security help for the Super Bowl. Actually, I'm in favor of it. Who needs, if they have expertise in, radiological detection and, terrorism detection, why shouldn't they come in? Especially given the situation when President Biden has assured the U.S. population that if you're an undocumented immigrant, ICE is going to leave you alone, USCIS is going to leave you alone unless you have a criminal record. So I think that fear was a little unfounded, probably because of what the country went through with Trump.
Right.
So, so it really depends on who the president is at any given times. But my personal opinion is I don't think anyone needed to worry, but there was a lot of hysteria around that in any event. And U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has changed its mission statement again. It's the third time it's changed its mission statement. It had an original mission statement when it was first formed in 2005, which was to give good customer service to immigrants. Donald Trump changed it to protecting U.S. workers, making basically the USCIS mission statement adversarial to the immigrants who are paying the filing fees to process for benefits. And finally now, 4 years after the Trump administration removed the phrase nation of immigrants from the agency's statement, President Biden has added new words like welcome and respect. Leon Rodriguez, who served as director under President Barack Obama, wrote in the Washington Post that regardless of the Trump administration's rhetoric, we are, always have been, and I am optimistic enough to say, in these times, always will be a nation of immigrants. Quite frankly, they can make all the mission statements they want. It's the same people working there under Obama, under Trump, and now under Biden.
Right.
Same people.
Yeah.
So you can make all the mission statements you want, but it is what it is. And of course, in coronavirus, Jonathan, we don't know how many people are sick anymore.
We don't.
Why even bother saying it? I'll give you some good news, though.
What?
Is that Dr. Fauci has said that the United States is getting very close to herd immunity, meaning that there's enough people in the United States of America who have either been sick with COVID and recovered or have taken the full set of vaccinations, and we are reaching almost to the level of herd immunity where people perhaps would be able to relax a little more. Not to say that COVID's going to go away,
right.
Not to say people aren't going to get sick, not to say that people are going to die from COVID still, but maybe we can kind of step back from we're in a pandemic to we just have to manage this virus like any other virus that goes through the country, like the flu virus or anything else. And maybe we're going to come close to the point now where we won't have to be concerned about wearing masks anymore.
Well, that's good.
Many states have already, including New York State, where we are, said you don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Right.
Dr. Fauci hasn't gotten there yet. Biden hasn't gotten there yet, but they said we're getting very close to it.
Okay.
So those are good news for coronavirus.
That's definitely good news.
Right? And you see what's going on the bridge between Windsor, what's it called? The Ambassador Bridge between Canada and the United States.
Oh.
It connects Windsor, Canada, and Detroit, Michigan. Almost 50% of trade through trucks go across that bridge between Canada and the United States. And Canadian truckers have closed down the bridge in protest, because what Canada was saying to them was that if you're not vaccinated, as you cross the bridge, working as a trucker with your, whatever you're carrying, your cargo in the back of your truck, if you're not vaccinated, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Oh.
So because people had to truckers had to quarantine for 2 weeks, of course, you had to choose between your livelihood and choosing a vaccination.
Right.
And I think enough truckers, between that and mask requirements, they said they had it with COVID. This is a lot of COVID stress buildup over the 2 years. I think this is the culmination of it. People, stressing out and living with it in these different times. So they blocked the free flow of commerce between the Canada and U.S. with trucks. Nobody was able to get through. It's called the Freedom Convoy, and the protest attracted support from thousands more Canadians who also don't want to be quarantined for 2 weeks after traveling abroad. And by the way, this has spread around the entire world. People who are kind of fed up with masks and everything else, and people are frustrated. So this afternoon, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has taken the unprecedented step of invoking the Emergencies Act to crack down on the anti-vaccine mandate protests. Trudeau said the scope of the measures would be time-limited, reasonable, proportionate. The military will not be called to assist. He said the police will be given more tools to imprison and fine protesters and protect critical infrastructure. Basically, what they're going to do is, if you don't get off the freaking bridge and move your truck, they're just going to arrest you, pull you out of your truck, bring a tow truck in, move the truck out of the way, and you're going to jail.
Right.
That's basically what's probably going to happen. Apparently they did clear the bridge this afternoon, but there's still a lot of protesters still there. So that's what's going on there. And we're ready to get to some fuzzy news.
Let's
do fuzzy. We have some fuzzy news. We have some fuzzy stuff. There we go. So, by the way, the Super Bowl, right? Okay, but if you haven't figured it out yet, if you move the B from bowl over to the first word, super, you get superb owl.
Yes.
Right? So, for bird enthusiasts, the Super Bowl is a big deal. For people who love the owl, Now, the Sunday football fans choosing sides in Super Bowl 56 between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. But a lot of people have been preoccupied also with the owl. Ryan Mandelbaum, a science writer and bird enjoyer, told NPR, there are the Super Bowl watchers among us, and then there are the superb owl watchers among us. For bird enthusiasts, the superb owl Sunday is a sacred day to appreciate the majestic creature. And it all started because people would, Google Super Bowl and make a typographical error and would write superb owl, and now superb owl
hilarious.
has been trending on Google, and the bird enthusiasts love it. So owls are quite interesting, by the way. Some people think they're innocent balls of fluff, but that couldn't be further from the truth, said Matt Williams, the director of conservation with the Indiana chapter of the Nature Conservancy. He said in an email that owls are voracious predators that hunt mostly at night, using a very keen sense of hearing to help locate their prey. Their prey. And of course, it was the Puppy Bowl. All right, and it was the 18th Puppy Bowl, also held on Super Bowl Sunday, and Team Fluff won over Team Rough by a very slim margin, 73-69, after a face-off between Team Fluff and Team Rough lasted close to 3 hours. Now, the Puppy Bowl kicked off, it's the Puppy Bowl 18 kicked off on Sunday morning with a feature of From Puppy Bowl with Love, which revisited adorable moments from past bowls. Lifestyle icon Martha Stewart coached last year's champions Team Rough, while hip-hop artist Snoop Dogg, he was doing double duty Snoop Dogg. It was Snoop Dogg versus Martha Stewart.
That's hilarious.
But Snoop Dogg was doing double duty on Sunday.
Yeah,
he was coaching. He was coaching Team Rough, performing everything. Man, he's all over the place. Now, other special guests on the televised event included Elmo and his dog Tango, First Lady Jill Biden, and the first family puppy commander. This year's Puppy Bowl featured more than 100 adorable puppy players from 67 shelters and rescues from 33 states. Kirby, a Labrador Retriever and service dog in training, was named Team Fluff's most valuable player after he helped his team win, not the Lombardi Trophy, the Lombardi Trophy. The event, which was televised on Animal Planet and streamed on Discovery Plus, featured 9 special needs dogs during the game. For more information on the organization and pups featured can be found on the Animal Planet website, www.animalplanet.com.
That's fun.
Who won?
Team Fluff.
Team Fluff beat
Team Rough. And that was a close game,
It was a close game. Very close. Came down to the wire.
Right.
I don't know what they were doing. I don't know how they scored. I have no idea, but I didn't see it.
Well,
but
Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart know.
Well, you know what? Of course, somebody by the name of Snoop Dogg should be a coach.
Right. It
should
just
be a
makes
coach,
sense.
right?
It makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And now the British Zoo is hoping that Marvin Gaye's music, which we listened to on today on February 14th, very romantic.
Sexual healing.
Yes, sexual healing, is going to put some monkeys in the mood, too.
Oh.
Yes. The music of Motown's Marvin Gaye is legendary for getting people in the mood. So now a British Zoo is wondering if it could lead the endangered monkey to say, let's get it on, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, the furry residents of the Tentham Monkey Forest in Stafford, England, got some soulful encouragement from a Marvin Gaye impersonator. They brought the guy in to sing to the monkeys.
What?
Yeah, David Largy performed some of Marvin Gaye's classic hits, including the Barbary macaque habitat, inside the Barbary macaque habitat, to put them in the mood for some hanky-panky.
Do you think they actually...
I would say Bradshaw live music would get them in mood more than Marvin Gaye.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
Well, you hear Bradshaw live music, you think of Hump Day,
Oh, true,
These monkeys are watching, who knows?
I guess it did work.
Would you want to kiss? Oh, my God. I don't know if I want to kiss that monkey. Now, the zoo says the animals engage in some foreplay, like grooming and teeth chattering, so it's possible the Marvin Gaye music did work. Look at the guy singing
That's
right
hilarious.
there, right there in the
And
habitat.
they're just like sitting there like.
Sounds like a bad comedy movie. Now, birthing season is in late spring or early summer. So hopefully, look at him go. Come on, monkeys. Come on, monkeys. Let's get in the mood. Let's get it
sexual
on.
healing.
Yeah.
That's a song for it, though. That's a song.
Oh, man. And by the way, talking about Valentine's Day and love, a new research has revealed that almost half of all pet owners love their cat or dog more than their significant other. A survey of 2,000 cat and dog owners who are in significant relationships discovered that 25% would prefer to cuddle up on the sofa with their furry friend than their significant other.
Dang.
And nearly a fifth enjoy spending one-on-one time with their four-legged companion more than with their partner. With not being asked silly questions, one of the top reasons. Because your animal is devoted to you and doesn't ask anything other than want just unconditional love,
That's
right?
true.
Others favor the company of their pet because they help them relax and they're better for their well-being. Yeah, sometimes the significant other does not help you relax.
Yeah.
Just puts stress on you, right? It
A
also emerged.
Puppy definitely doesn't talk back.
That's right. It also emerged that pet owners have an average of more than 40 pictures of their canine or feline on their phone, while nearly half claim this is more than they have of their partner. People have more pictures of their dogs than their significant other.
I mean, because it essentially becomes your child.
Yeah.
You know, so.
56% will celebrate their pet's birthday. 22% will even set them a space at their table for special occasions.
Ooh.
Have you ever been to a surprise dog birthday party?
It definitely wasn't a surprise birthday, but I've definitely been to birthday.
I once went to a
doggy.
I once went to a surprise dog birthday.
A surprise.
Yeah, the dog walked in. Everyone yelled,
Did he look like this?
Let me tell you something. The dog didn't know what the heck hit him. All right, and I'm like, do you think the dog is surprised? Do you think the dog even knows it's his birthday?
No. That reminds me of the lady.
It was the silliest thing I've ever been to in my entire life.
It reminds me of that the drones. Remember the lady that did the drones for the dog?
For the dog, right.
Just get them a nice big treat that lasts them for a week or something.
I want you to know something. When I went to the dog's surprise birthday party, I said...
What were you doing? Oh, with your dog?
No, it's not my dog. I was invited to one.
Did you bring your dogs?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Everybody brought their dogs. And the dog walked in. There's 100 dogs. There's 100 people.
That is hilarious.
I said to myself, I really must have had nothing to do today.
Right.
I mean, I really must have had really nothing to do.
That's hilarious.
And finally, a 79-year-old diver and a fish have been BFFs for nearly 30 years after he nursed the fish back to health. In a plotline straight out of Disney, an adorable aquatic inhabitant of Japan's Teteyama Bay has captured one man's heart in a friendship that's lasted close to 3 decades. Yoriko, an Asian sheepshead wrasse, first met scuba diver Hiroyoko Arakawa nearly 30 years ago when he was supervising the construction of an underwater Shinto temple. Akawara started diving at the age of 18. He's now 79. He still loves his dives and his long-standing kinship with Yoriko. It's certainly his highlight. Arakawa said in an interview for Great Big Story, "I'd say we understand each other. Not that we talk to each other. I kissed her once. I'm the only person she'll let do it."
Wow.
What was that movie? What was that movie where the woman fell in love with the fish and it was an alien? Didn't it win the Academy Award or something? That's what this reminds me of.
Right.
I forgot that. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Over time, the fish with an almost human-like face. When you look really close, you'll think she looks like someone you know. On one dive, when Akarawa was visiting, he noticed Yoriko's mouth had been badly injured. Even so, she came to greet him. Realizing she'd be unable to catch her own food, Akarawa spent the next 10 days hand-feeding Yoriko meat from crabs he hammered open for her near the submerged temple gate. Thankfully, Yoriko bounced back from her injuries fairly quickly. After her recovery, the bond between the pair seemed to grow even stronger. Arakawa told the Great Big Story, I'm not sure if it's the nature of kobudai or not. It's probably because there's a sense of trust between us. I guess she knows that I saved her, that I helped her when she was injured. So for me to be able to do that, I'm proud. I have an amazing sense of accomplishment in my heart.
Oh, look at him kissing her.
And it sure sounds like this is one human who's been truly caught in a net of love. Yes, and that is our...
that was sweet.
That was our Hump Day stories, Jonathan. I'm sorry. Hump Day. Whoa, I said Hump Day, right?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of humpy
I was thinking.
The monkeys.
There's monkeys and fish.
Fish falling in love.
We kind of cabal. It's Valentine's Day too. Yeah. All right, give me a break. It's my first day back. All right, my first day back. I made a mistake. I'm trying to cover it up, and I just can't. I made an error. It's Fuzzy Monday, not Hump Day.
Honorary Hump Day.
Yes.
You know, because it's Valentine's Day.
Marge's Hump Day. What day is it? It's Fuzzy Monday,
yes,
Marge.
Fuzzy
I
Monday.
screwed up. And by the way, it's also TikTok time. In this edition of TikTok time, I answer someone who wants to know if they can come back to the United States on a visitor's visa to marry their American citizen girlfriend. This video, just by the way, has gone viral with over 2 million views since it was posted on January 13th. So it was
2 million views.
1 month ago, yesterday, it was posted.
Sheesh.
So 1 month and 1 day, over 2 million views. Let's watch.
You cannot enter the United States on a visitor's visa with the intention of getting married. That's the number one rule you have to know. That's a misrepresentation. Now, if you come to the United States to visit and more than 90 days lapses, meaning you're in the United States more than 90 days, and then you change your mind and you say, I'm in love with this woman, I want to get my green card now, then yes, you can get married. The law presumes you changed your mind. If the marriage happens more than 90 days after your entry into the United States, then you go buy a license, you go get married, you file an adjustment application, you get your work permit in about 6 months, travel documentation in about 6 months, and in approximately 1 year, or a little more than 1 year, you get an interview for a green card where you have to prove you have a bona fide marriage with your spouse. That is, you live together and have a financial relationship together.
All right, let's put 50 seconds. No, I'm only kidding. That one I knew. That was just a fake out.
I was about to say, is this backwards?
That was just a fake out.
I was like, wait.
It's time for meat and potatoes. You got an immigration question. I've got your answer. Let's do it. All right, Anwar, how are you? Anwar.
Yes.
How are
Hello?
you, sir? There we go.
I'm
there
good,
I am.
sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry? Oh, happy
Happy
Valentine's Day to you
Valentine's
as well, Anwar.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, I have two questions.
Yes.
The first one is I applied for asylum like 5 months ago, and my time for work permit, it wasn't like counting until now, and suddenly I changed the state, but still it's not counting the time. So will that affect me to get a work permit?
If the clock stops, yeah, it affects you getting the work permit, but hopefully the clock will start again very shortly. It's 180 days.
Yeah. So I have been it have been 5 months actually, and then and then my lawyer told me that I have to wait until I go to my master hearing, and then after that we'll start again.
Okay, but you haven't even gotten your interview yet.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. When was your interview?
It was I was in detention place. It was.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you have a master calendar?
Yes, I do.
When is that?
November 2022.
Okay, so you'd like to get it a little quicker. you should ask your lawyer to see if he can request a recalendering it for earlier. You can always request the judge to do it. If the judge does it, fantastic. You'll get your master calendar earlier. The clock will start. If not, you're still in November. No harm, no foul in trying.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. And then my second question is, can I get a work permit by parole? I was paroled from detention place, so
yes.
Can I pay $400?
Try. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
All right.
Yeah. And then how long will it take if you apply for parole work
It's about
permit?
6 months, but do something. File something.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. That was my own question. Thank you so
You're
much,
very welcome.
sir. Yeah.
Let's go to Kate in Toms River, New Jersey. Kate.
Hi.
Hi, Kate. How are you?
I'm great. Hi, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you
So-
as well.
Thanks so much. So, Brett, my question is, I have overstayed my ESTA visa, and I was just wondering, will it cause any problems for my children's entry to USA, even though they already have approved ESAT visa?
It's possible because if they know that their mother overstayed on their visa, how old are your children?
They're 17, 12, and 9. They're minors.
Okay. What happens is this. If they come into the United States of America, and for example, a lot of times they'll hold the kids and say, who's coming to pick you up? Oh, my mom is. And they notice that mom is overstayed. They can look to put you in deportation when you go to get your children. So as long as your children come into the United States and between me and you stay away from the airport, they shouldn't have a problem, but nobody can ever give you a personal guarantee.
Their father actually can bring them because he also has ESTA visa.
Okay, so then they shouldn't have a problem.
Oh, perfect. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you so
I'm
much.
more concerned about you than them.
Sorry?
I'm more concerned about you than them.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Adam in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hello?
Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
I do. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Yeah, Mr. Brad, just be patient with me. I need to summarize my situation so quick for you.
Okay.
Basically, I'm here on, I came here on B1, B2 visit visa in 2013.
Where are you from?
Jordan.
Okay.
And during my visit visa, I get married. I do my paperwork so quick. I thought like I'm doing the legal thing. Then it didn't work. She withdrew the I-130 and 485. And she sent them a letter that this letter they keep it in the drawer for a while. She only just withdraw all the paperwork. So I wait, give her like two months, then I filed for divorce. After that, the ICE came and detained me in 2014. I get by a bond. 5-6 months later, I get to know another lady, and we get married. We file I-130 by itself. After that, we spent almost 7 years. They deny the application based on the letter from my ex-wife.
All right, so the letter from your ex-wife accused you of entering into a fraudulent marriage.
Yeah, she said like it was a vague
right. Okay. So
yeah, but
so
she
what,
addressed that.
So under Section 204C of the Immigration Nationality Act, if you are alleged or accused of marriage fraud, that bars you from getting anything approved in the future. So the burden shifts to you to prove your wife's a liar.
That's exactly what's happened. So we filed I-130. We put all kind of evidence. We try. Apparently, that letter it affects the whole deal, and they say it's bona fide. no matter what the situation, we fight BIA denial. We put intent of denial. We reply on that timely. The BIA. I went all the way to federal court, and then in 2018, my second wife, she started doing something. I don't want to go in details. More likely abuse it and something like that. During the whole years, I've been doing continuous with the immigration judge, and then lately, the last year, I'm going to divorce with my second wife, and I put a VAWA application. Lately, I went to the immigration court, and immigration only VAWA without 485 because I want to avoid the Cincinnati office because it seems those people they.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
still have the same issue. They're not going to approve your VAWA case unless you can prove your first marriage was not for fraud.
Okay.
You still have that same issue.
Uh,
So if you can, you don't have to prove that you and your first wife were Romeo and Juliet. You just have to have enough evidence so that they don't know. Maybe it was real, maybe it wasn't real. Who knows? There's evidence that says it was real. There's evidence from the wife who says it's not real. There's a lot of evidence that says a lot of different things. Kind of more like muddy the water than prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you and your wife were in a real marriage. And that's sufficient to overcome the 204C ruling that you entered into a fraudulent marriage. You're going to need to do that somehow. If you and your first wife were in a real marriage, you should be able to do it.
It was so quick. She's on.
I'm not going to be able to solve your problem here on this live show.
No, I'm not solving. Yeah.
So, but I'm telling. So, what is your specific question?
So you're saying I can't do anything unless I overcome that?
You're still going to have to overcome that, no matter what.
I've been trying
So maybe you need to change representatives. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what evidence you have to prove the first marriage is real. I don't know what you submitted. I don't know how you submitted it. But somehow you gotta overcome that. So hold on one second. Let's go to Jay in Pennsauken, New Jersey, I guess.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, Jay?
Everything good. Happy Valentine's Day for everybody over there.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. What's going on?
Thank you, my friend. Listen, bro, it has been 7 months since I submit my work permit application based on my pending I-485. It's a VAWA case. And it has been like 7 months, man, without any notice.
Yeah, it sucks.
What do you think?
You should have gotten a notice for your work permit. You just didn't get an approval.
I mean, what's wrong? 7 months. I submitted the application on July.
Do you have a receipt notice for the work permit?
No, I received the receipt, but I mean...
So what's wrong is immigration's backed up for multiple reasons. One is Trump decimated USCIS. 2, lots of people are quitting, and they have to train new people. Lots of people are working from home, and you know what happens when you work from home, especially if you work for the government. Everything just slows down. So the only way to expedite your case is one of two ways. If you can get a letter from your current employer, if you're working, that they would suffer a severe economic disruption to their business if they had to terminate you, and they need you to get a work permit immediately, and explain what that severe economic interruption to their business would be. Or if you can show some humanitarian reason, sick family member, something that requires you to work, or everyone's going to be on the street.
Oh wow! I don't know about the first one because I'm not working.
Okay, so that's not going to work. What about the second one?
But the second one, I think
those are
gonna
the
be
two
better.
ways to expedite it. Those are the 2 ways. So you put your best foot forward. You submit as much as you can. Write a letter, and pray that they like what you have to say. But if not, you should get your work permit hopefully within another month or 2, or maybe it's even in the mail now.
Oh my God, yeah. And now another question for a friend of mine that's having a lot of trouble. He went to the interview with his wife, and then have been 1 year since that, Brad. That's 1 year. So what you think is gonna happen to him? Because
They probably don't believe it's a real marriage, and they'll call him back for a Stokes interview.
okay, but you think they can contact him or something like that with a letter or something?
They're going to give him a Stokes interview. They're going to contact him. They're going to invite him and his wife back. They're going to separate them into 2 different rooms, ask them 300 questions each. Wife won't hear his answers. He won't hear his wife's answers, and hopefully they match.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Damn, oh my God, man, 2 more months for the.
Maybe it's in the mail today. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but it's anywhere 6 to 9 months. That's what basically it's taking now.
Can you office do the expedite for me?
Sure, hold on. Let's go to Modesty in Auburn, Washington.
Hello, Sir Brad.
How
Can
are
you
you?
hear me?
Yep.
I'm good. Good evening to you and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Sir, I really have a big problem here because, my situation is I got here through K1 visa.
Through a what visa?
K1.
K1,
visa.
okay. Mm-hmm.
And that was around 2013. My late husband never processed the adjustment of status until he passed away.
1 second. You married the man?
Yes, sir.
And then he passed away?
He passed away around 2019 of August.
August 2019. Did you file a widow petition?
I did I-360 widow petition visa.
Uh-huh.
A few months after he passed away.
Uh-huh.
And then I get the approval notice around April of 2020.
Okay.
So it has been approved. The problem here is it indicated here that I am not eligible to do the adjustment of status.
Why?
And so they forwarded my case to the Department of State of
Why are you
National
not eligible
Center.
to adjust your status?
Because it stated here that it just say that if the it stated here the information submitted with the petition and any it never said anything, but they just said that I am not eligible.
Okay.
Because of,
all right, stop. You came here on a K1 visa?
Yes, I did, sir.
You have an I-360 approved as a widow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to file your adjustment tomorrow. It doesn't matter what that says. Just do it.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
Do it.
Oh.
Just
so,
do
sir,
it.
hold on. I have one more question, sir, because I thought that I do the right
do
process,
it.
like
They
immigration visa.
The way that the I-360 was filled out indicated that you were not in the country and you were going to process at home. You could in your home country. You can still just file the adjustment. Just do it, and it'll get accepted.
Sir, I did immigration visa. I'm just going to cancel everything that I did and just do the adjustment of status.
Correct. Don't stop processing at the National Visa Center because if you go home, you're going to have a 10-year bar. Just file your adjustment.
Thank you so much, sir.
Just file
Thank
the
you so
adjustment.
much.
All right?
Thank you, sir.
You're
Have
welcome.
a good day.
Okay. Let's go to Jude in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine. It is possible. My sister filed for me, get approval. They want me to go to Barbados. It is possible for me to file for my workman, my work permit.
Your sister filed for you
while I'm
when?
here.
When did your sister file for you?
My sister filed for me in 2003.
2003. Did you ever have anything filed before 2001?
I think so. Yes, I think so.
What?
When they send the application, the Seneca want to know how did I come in the country before.
What was filed for you before 2001? Did somebody petition you?
No.
Nobody petitioned
she
you
had
before
filed.
2001. The only thing that ever the only thing that ever went in for immigration for you was your sister's case in 2003.
Yes.
When did you come to the U.S.?
1995.
Okay. Where's your mom and dad?
My dad died. My mom is back in.
Your mom's where?
In Grenada.
Okay. Did your mother or father ever have a green card ever in their lifetime?
No.
Did your mother or father have any green card filed for them ever in their lifetime?
No.
And when you came in 95, between 1995 and 2003, nobody filed for you?
No.
No. Okay. The answer is you're not eligible to adjust your status here through your sister because you would have to be grandfathered under 245I, which means either you or you were a derivative of your parents' case, or you actually had an application filed before April 30th, 2001. You didn't have that. So as a result, as an overstay being sponsored by your sister, you cannot adjust your status here. If you go home, you have a 10-year bar because you've overstayed by more than a year. You can't go back to Barbados. You'd never come back because you'd have a 10-year bar. The only way to overcome that is through a spouse or a parent. You don't have parents here, and I presume if you had a spouse, you would have gotten sponsored by your spouse. So, unfortunately, unless the laws change, don't do anything with your sister's case at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Christina in Philadelphia. Christina.
Yes, hi. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day.
I have one question.
Yes.
Okay, I applied for my my renewal of my green card.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for it a year ago. I paid everything, get my receipt and everything. That allowed me to work for 12 months. Until this day, I haven't received my real green card.
All right. This is for the renewal of the 10-year card?
Yes.
How long have you had your green card? Since when?
1993.
How come you didn't file for citizenship?
Didn't feel like it.
Okay. Well, two things I'd tell you to do. Number one is try to get into USCIS or make an InfoPass appointment. They'll put a temporary stamp in your passport as evidence of your lawful residence, so you can use that to work and to travel. What happened to your green card, I have no idea. I'd also
They said they mailed it, but I didn't receive it.
Okay, so then...
I never heard of them mailing it, though. I'm always going on appointments, so that was kind of strange to me.
I don't know what appointments you were going on, but they've mailed it since I've been a lawyer, since 1993. They've mailed your green cards to you. If it was not returned to USCIS, then you're going to sit there and fight with them till the end of time. You'll have to file for a new one.
That's what they tell me, and I was like, pay $5, another $5.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's not your fault. But if USCIS mails it to you and they don't get it back, that's what they tell you to do.
They tell me that the post office get it, but when I speak with the post office, they go back a year or something. They say they never receive it.
Listen, you have two choices. You can sit there and fight with City Hall
and mope about it,
and spin your wheels for the rest of eternity, or just suck it up and pay the filing fee. Again, not fair, but you want to get it resolved.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And maybe think about doing your citizenship too.
Yes, I am. I am. My kids are. My husband are. So I am.
All right.
Okay. Thank
now
you.
You have a solution. Let's go to Richard in Los Angeles.
Hello, Brad.
How are you, Richard?
I'm good, thank you. I have a question, please. This is for a cousin of mine. He came from El Salvador, and he was put in court, immigration court. And
he stopped at the border?
He snuck in, and they caught him.
Okay, so he stopped at the border. Okay.
Yeah, so he sent him to court, and he filed asylum application in court for like the first of a few months.
Uh-huh.
And he married a U.S. citizen now.
Okay.
And the judge offered him voluntary departure.
Okay.
But he's afraid that because he came illegally, does he need something, or can he just go and get a interview at the embassy?
Well, I don't know if he had any unlawful presence in the U.S. I don't know if he entered.
No, he does not have unlawful presence.
Was he paroled into the U.S. or was he? No. He was not paroled.
He was not paroled. He does not have unlawful presence.
Well, it sounds like to me if he takes voluntary departure, he'll be fine. But I wouldn't be 100% certain unless I see his records. But based on what you told me, it sounds like he'll be fine.
I see. So if he came illegally, even though...
As long as he didn't commit a fraud, you entered without inspection, you don't commit a fraud, you don't have unlawful presence, You take a voluntary departure. It's not an order of deportation. Doesn't sound like he needs a waiver. He can just go for his appointment.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go to June in West Orange, New Jersey. Hi, June.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Great. I have two questions for you. So the first one, I will start with the easy one. Is it safe to travel with the New York State license, the one that has the not for federal purposes?
Yeah, because they're not requiring it at the moment. It's safe to travel
you can
until the
travel
Real
with that-
ID Act goes into effect. As of the moment, you can use it.
But you can travel
Within the
to any
United
state?
States, you can use your driver's license to get on an airplane within the United States of America.
Okay, but there's the provisional one that has the not for federal purposes mark on it, the one that New York State is giving for undocumented immigrants.
Then I would use your passport.
Okay, so it's not safe to travel with that,
I would
right?
use your passport.
Okay. All right. So second question is, if someone has their case denied and the appeal denied, and now they get married and they want to file for I-130,
Why was the case denied?
Oh, the case was denied because of overstay. Okay, so
It's not why your case was denied for overstay. Who sponsored who?
So I got him with EB1.
Who sponsored who, sir? Or ma'am?
It's an EB1. So the EB1's the ones that allow you to come in as a group of entertainers.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I stayed back. Now I try to extend the EB1, realizing that the EB1 can be
All right, so
extended.
the EB1 is extraordinary ability. So if you overstayed by more than 180 days, you're barred from adjusting your status, which is why your case was probably denied. If you get married to a U.S. citizen, withdraw the EB1, file the adjustment, and overstay marriage to a U.S. citizen doesn't bar you from adjusting. So that's what you should do.
Okay, so the EB1 was denied and the appeal was denied. Now my question.
Okay.
So my question is, if you're filing for I-130, for your spouse, is it safe to do the I-130 first, or to do it with
Do
the
everything
work permit?
together, the I-130 and adjustment together. Get your green card and work permit.
Oh, okay. Because I heard people saying that you have to do the
Don't
I-130
listen to people,
first.
listen to me. Just file your adjustment.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Great.
Good luck.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Elaine in Henderson, Nevada.
Yeah, hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. Happy Hearts Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you. I have a question here. I filed my I-130 for my daughter. My husband did it. We got married 2 years ago, and my daughter was not petitioned at the same time with me. So we filed it last August 29, and the notice of approval was dated July 15, 2021. And until now, I did get, I have the notice from the NBC that they did not have received the USCIS approval. What will I do with this? Why is it my approved petition for my daughter is missing?
I don't know. Does it say that it got transferred to the National Visa Center?
No, it doesn't say anything. It just say, because I contacted them because...
What does the I-130 approval says? It says either your application is going to stay with us to allow adjustment of status, or your application is transferred to the National Visa Center. What does the approval say?
Transferred to the National Visa Center.
I don't know
because
why they don't have it, but maybe you would like to have an attorney get involved. But it's been 9 months. They should have it by now.
Yeah.
So I don't, you're asking me why. I have no idea why. I didn't handle your case, but we can look into it and figure it out.
Yeah, what will I do with this? Why the USCIS?
I don't have an answer for you why the USCIS has not done their job and transferred your case to the National Visa Center, even though they claim they did. I don't know the answer of why they didn't do it. How would I know?
Yeah.
What do? You hire a lawyer who forces the government to do their job.
Yeah, yes, I understand that, sir. And I emailed the National Visa Center about this, and they replied within 30 days or more. You don't have to follow up. You just have to wait for 30 days or more upon receipt of that letter. Because they were the one who will. Yeah, but it's been more than 30 days now, and I didn't receive anything from them.
Yeah. How would I know? I'm not the government.
So that's the step. I just want to know what step.
I told you the next step. You hire a lawyer who forces them to do their job. I don't know why they're not doing their job. I don't know why it wasn't done. I don't know what you're doing. All I can tell you is if you have an approval.
Brad, can you do this
Yeah,
for
hold
me?
on 1 second. Hold on. All right. Ashley in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. What can I do to help you?
All right. So I have a question, right? So I came to the States to the Mexico border, right? But they have my passport, and I want to get an ID, but I have an I-94. How do I go about that?
Who has your passport?
Immigration. They took it.
All right. You got detained.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you originally from?
Jamaica.
Okay. When did you get detained?
In November.
And you got paroled into the United States?
Yeah.
You applied for asylum?
I haven't started my cases yet.
But is that what you did? You made a claim of asylum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And your question is now what?
Yeah, so they have been that they have my passport. I can't get an ID or anything, so I'm like an alien in the country. But I have an I-94. How do I go about getting an ID?
Go to the Jamaican consulate, tell them you don't have your passport anymore. Apply for a new one.
All right, so if I apply for a new one, would it be a problem with immigration? Like, no?
No. I mean, tell Jamaica, I don't have my passport anymore.
Okay, because I was wondering that if I was to report it lost, because I contacted the consulate already, and I was wondering that if I should report it lost, being that immigration has it, I wonder if I get a new one, if it's going to come up in their system.
Well, you tell the truth. I don't have it anymore. It got confiscated. I need a new passport. I need ID. Jamaica's on your side. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's go to Hussein in Orlando, Florida.
Hello. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What can I do to help you?
Okay, so my dad came into the U.S. on a B-1, B-2 back in September. He waited around 90 days, and then a military coup happened back in the country where he came from. He has an approved I-130 back in 2007 because his brother is a U.S. citizen and he sponsored him. So we did apply for adjustment of status. We got our the notice of actions today. So related to that, I have 3 questions. Does he like after he doesn't overstay anymore, right?
As long as you filed the adjustment while he was in legal status and the priority date was current and it was done more than 90 days after his entry, he's not an overstay. He has a pending adjustment. He's legal every day he's here.
Okay, my second question, he had some minor bounce checks back in where he's like way before, like 5 years ago. He was in prison for like less than a year. Even his sentences were less than a year and a half. Is that a problem?
He was in prison in his home country?
Not in home country, no. In a country where he lived in the past.
It depends if this was considered criminal or civil.
It was civil. It wasn't criminal.
If it's civil, it's not a problem. If it's criminal, it's a problem. I don't know what he was found guilty of, so I would have to see. It sounds like to me if you're in jail, it's criminal.
No, in the UAE, if you submit a check and it gets rejected, you go to prison for it. That's what he was.
But that could be criminal there. I don't know.
Okay. One last thing. So we received a I-797 today, and on one of them had the date wrong, his date of birth wrong. So what can I do about that?
Is date of birth for what application?
For the adjustment of status on the I-797.
Leave it alone. When he goes for his interview, you'll fix it.
That's it. Okay. Those are all my questions. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Let's go to Yanika in Brooklyn. Yanika. Hold on. Someone get Yanika on the phone. Shivan in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, good night, bud.
Good night. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, and you?
Good.
Okay, so I'm just calling about an issue that I'm having right now. My wife and I, we got married in 2020. We actually submitted the adjustment of status application and the work permit status work permit application last year. So before this, like, we pretty much had a decent marriage. We have a son together, 1-year-old son together, and all that. But when they requested more information, she started acting all type of crazy. Like, I guess she's like scared that whenever I get to or whatever, I might, leave her or something like that. That's the explanation she gave to me. Every time we have a conversation, it's a different story. So we were supposed to submit these documents by sometime in February. I think they gave us like 3 months.
Right.
And she decided that she won't do it. So I'm trying to find out, how do I go about doing this? Or do I just get a divorce and move on, or is there anything I can do?
It's actually quite ironic that she doesn't want you to leave her, yet she's doing things
exactly for you to leave, pretty much.
Right. So I mean, if you love the woman, try marriage counseling. If you don't love her, then get a divorce and find a new way.
No, I definitely do love my wife, but
okay, so then I would suggest marriage counseling.
Seeing this side of her is like it kind of changed her.
Then do marriage counseling. See if somebody can reach her and be like, you're self-destructing. If
I think
not,
you
can't force somebody to sign something. You can't force somebody to submit papers. So they either do it or they don't do it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Your choice is, get a divorce and marry somebody that you could there's plenty of fish in the sea. You can fall in love with more than one woman in lifetime.
Yeah.
And try again. Or if you love this woman, then obviously there's something underlying issue. Go for counseling.
Okay.
Those are your choices.
One more thing. As I said, it said the case will be denied if we don't submit the documents by, I think it was the 20th of this month. So I'm trying to say,
if it's denied, you just refile again.
Okay. So I won't get no deportation.
No one's putting you in deportation. No.
Pardon?
No, not right now, no.
Okay, all right. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome. Let's go to Yanika in Brooklyn.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine. I have a question. My dad had filed for me before I turned 18, and he was a citizen. I want to know how I can go about getting my citizenship because...
Did you have a green card before you were 18?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you now?
32.
Okay. So you were born what year?
1989.
Okay. And did you live with your father?
I used to, not anymore.
But when you were under 18, you lived with him?
Yes.
Okay. So you apply for what's called an N-600, which is an application for certificate of citizenship. Prove your father was a citizen before you were 18. Prove you had a green card before you were 18. And prove that you and him lived in the same home before you were 18.
But I can't get his information. That's the whole thing.
Then submit say, this is the information I know, my father's a citizen. Let immigration look it up.
Okay.
All right. They have the information.
They told me they can't do it. That's why I contacted you.
Then hire a lawyer.
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on. All right. So if you didn't get a chance to speak to me, you could always follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. If you follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, you can drop me a DM. There we are, at Real Brad Bernstein. You can drop me a DM. I'll try to answer your question as best as I can. You could also follow us at Brad Show Live You can't handle 2 hours of our show, but you can handle 30 seconds. Best place to find us is at Bradshaw Live on Instagram. And of course, our fastest growing social media platform, TikTok. You saw some TikTok time. We had over 2 million views on even one video that was put up less than or a month and a day ago. Follow us on TikTok at Bradshaw Live. Leave your questions in the comments section, and maybe you'll be lucky enough for me to give you a personalized answer in a TikTok video. Jonathan.
Yep, you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And later in the show, we're going to take a look back at some Valentine's Days we've all celebrated together. As I said, this is our 5th Valentine together, Jonathan.
Yeah. Oh. All right, and in honor of Valentine's Day, we are looking back at some of the love stories guests have shared with us that come with a side of immigration.
I came here in 1983 and I went to NYU for educational theater, but I stayed here much longer since 1983
fell in love with
and fall
New
in
York
love
theater scene.
with this guy and we got married for only 26 years.
Only? That is not only. That is such a long time. So you guys work this together?
To me, I think married to a non-Chinese people, I'm learning every single day. And I think we're both each other's teacher and student. So we learned it, and we write the script together, make puppets together, direct together, perform together, travel together, teach together. It's really a wonderful American life, and I'm very happy to stay in America.
I was born and raised in Mexico City. My mom is an anthropologist. My father is an opera singer. So I always was like in between, and I fell in love. So I moved to New York, and I said to my mom, I'm sorry, I know that I'm supposed to be coming to New York with a scholarship to do whatever, but I came because I fell in love. I still, actually, we're still together. Actually, the last October 10th, I turned 30 years of moving to New York.
You have a bonus track on your album, Hecho para Amarte, which in English means I was made to love you. And that is a love letter to your wife. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, to be honest, I think my wife was the reason why we came back to New York City. I don't think that without her, I think that I could be still in Mexico, like teaching in the university or doing something else. So when I met her, this was actually the first song that I wrote to her. And this song was actually, we danced to this song in our wedding. Because I think that's my most important collaboration. I told you before, musical theater is about collaboration, but doing musical theater with your wife, with your family, it's like the pinnacle of a collaboration, you know, being at home and being able to work with her. That's something, actually something the boundaries about husband and wife and composer, singer are very blurry. You never know who you are at the moment, no? But I'm very glad that I found her, and that's one of the reasons because I'm today in this country. And when we decided to stay in January, back in 2016, a few weeks later, we realized that we were pregnant. So at the moment was, oh no, we have to go back to Mexico because we're pregnant. How are we gonna do to pay all the, and we decided to stay. And I mean, the health program was very, very, very nice with us. And we were able to have this now 4 years old, beautiful son born here in New York City. And we are a family of artists in New York City, like just struggling every day, but trying to make it.
So let's listen to a clip of Hecho para Amarte.
Tanto te busqué que yo pensé que eras ficción y me conformé con verte en mi imaginación. Hoy que estás frente a mí.
My immigration story was blind love. I met my husband online. They say love at first sight. I say love at first email.
How many years have you been here in the States?
It's been 12 years. Happily married, 2 kids.
After living almost 20 years in America with no criminal record, Alejandro Juarez was deported to Mexico on August 3rd, 2018, under former President Donald Trump's zero tolerance policy, despite being married to a United States Marine and having 2 American-born children. When we spoke in 2018, you told me how helpless you felt after you'd been deported. What kept you going for these 3 years?
My kids and the fact that I felt like my husband deserved better. I mean, I know what I did was wrong, but it just wasn't fair. I mean, he deserved better.
And by the way, when you say your husband served the military, you served the military too. Because
Exactly.
if you didn't exist, your husband couldn't go to Iraq to represent the United States, to put his life on the line, because he would have nobody to watch his children and take care of his family. You gave him the ability to go serve. Without you, that wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
And I keep telling her, just keep working, keep contacting people, asking questions. And one day I'm going to come back from you and you're going to be in the plane with me. And, and that's what happened.
How'd you guys meet?
In high school.
High school sweethearts? So at what point now do you say, all right, I got to deal with my wife's immigration issue? When did you guys start to deal with it?
Well, I mean, we tried to deal with it as soon as we reasonably could. So she found out a few months before we got married. And I mean, honestly, at the time when I found out, I thought it was kind of ridiculous, you know, because I knew she had been here since she was a baby, you know, and I was like, how can this, you know, is this real, you know, like, are we really going to have to, it seemed like it would be an easy fix. They were threatening to deport my wife, who had been here her whole life, foreign country. I said to myself, nobody's going to come take my wife without other people knowing about this story, essentially. So I contacted the reporter in Anchorage. He put together a story, and then about 2 weeks later, he published it. I mean, that's kind of what started this chain of events, you know.
I understand there's no record of actually where you were born. The government, even if they wanted to deport you, can't deport you anywhere, because let's assume the government says you're from Mexico. We don't even know if you're from Mexico or not. Mexico has to accept you and say yes and agree you're a citizen of Mexico, but there's no record of your birth there. So the government just can't dump you off in Mexico just because they say you're Mexican. So there's lots and lots of people in the United States of America who have actually been ordered deported, but are stateless people. The government can't prove where they were born. So the worst case scenario would never come true, which is no one's going to be taking your wife away from you.
I'm an immigrant. I was born in Mexico. We started dating, and she didn't know that I was not legal in this country. We were dating for some time. At one point, I became a resident alien, and she kind of was taken aback, saying, "You weren't born here?" I said, "No, I was born in Mexico." She said, "Okay, well, if I would have known that, we would not have been dating." So anyways, I joined the military. She told me, get your citizenship on your own. I won't help you with that because I don't want you to use me. And I did. I became a citizen on my own through the military, and we've been happily ever after.
All right, social media check-in. Let's do it.
All right, Briz Perez, VIP Facebook member. Can you bring an illegitimate child to the U.S.?
An illegitimate child? Yes.
All right, Annalie Parker, Facebook VIP member. My dad is currently in Jamaica ill. He has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I have a pending I-130 and a pending I-45. These cases have been pending for 2 years due to the Adam Walsh Act. However, is the fact that my dad is ill and does not have anyone to take care of him a humanitarian reason to expedite my green card? Will USCIS even expedite my case because of the Adam Walsh Act?
Well, expediting to take care of your sick dad back in Jamaica is not a reason to expedite, because you're saying, I want to go back and live in Jamaica. So the government will say, yeah, go back to live in Jamaica. No one's stopping you. The way to expedite an Adam Walsh waiver case is file a mandamus or a threat of a mandamus.
Okay, Akif Virani, a Facebook VIP member. My father was born in India in 1959. My father is not able to get a non-availability of birth certificate, but he has the following documents: 2 affidavits from relatives, matriculation certificate, school leaving certificate, PAN card, which is the Indian tax ID card, has his picture and date of birth on it, passport, documents printed from online visa reciprocity for India. So Are these enough documents to respond back to USCIS for request for evidence, request for green card? And he's currently on H-1B visa.
I don't know what immigration's requesting. The first step you got to do, what I would have to do, is look at the Foreign Affairs Manual, which is given out by the U.S. State Department, to say what the availability of documents are from India, what's accepted in lieu of birth certificates if they're unavailable. Is there a government agency that actually gives unavailability of birth certificate document? So we start with Foreign Affairs Manual. We also have to start with the RFE and see exactly what they're asking for and what you've submitted. I have no idea. You know, listing a bunch of documents without me seeing the record, I can't tell you.
Teha Gajar, a Facebook VIP member, can we retain priority date of F2B category to F3? And what is the procedure?
You can go from F2B to F1 to F3, but you cannot go from F2B to F3 because that would indicate that you got married before your parent became a citizen. So if that was the case, that would be the end of your case. There is no immigration case from F2B to F3.
Okay, Jody Ann on YouTube. How long does it take for a deferred case after VAWA approval to receive a green card?
I don't know what a deferred case means. You have a VAWA approval, you file an adjustment. I'm not sure what she means by deferred case.
All right, Rosemary Elliott on Facebook. My husband is flying for my boys in Jamaica. I think filing. They are just waiting for medical and interview dates right now. But my big son's police record will expire in April. Does he have to do it all over if he doesn't get an interview date by then?
Yes.
Okay. Links on YouTube. Is it necessary to upgrade an I-130 that has already been sent to the embassy after the petitioner becomes naturalized?
You can let the embassy know that they're a citizen.
Okay, Jamie Barra on YouTube. My brother applied for his citizenship in early January 2022, and he already got an interview for March 21st. Should he be worried?
Brother filed for citizenship and got a quick interview? No, be happy.
Okay, and last one, Burger and Hams on YouTube. Is the timeline for VAWA the same for ex-spouses of U.S. citizens compared to ex-spouses of green card holders?
Yes.
All right.
All right, so we've shared quite a few Valentine's Days together. In fact, this is our 5th year celebrating Valentine's Day with Bradshaw Live and the squad. And since Bradshaw Live is all about love, it's an important holiday to us, the squad, the crew, everybody.
Yep.
So we've compiled a look back at some of the ways we've celebrated Valentine's Day in the past. Let's watch. Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yeah, we can
in
do that.
retrospect.
Yeah.
All right.
Speed round.
Let's do speed round. Hopefully we got that. All right, 9 immigration questions. Let's do it.
How many states deal with I-7300 or I-730 petitions?
I have no idea what that means.
How many states deal with I-7? Okay,
Pass.
if I visit the U.S. with a tourist visa and I get a job, can I immediately get a green card?
No.
Do I need to be in the U.S. to apply for a K-1 visa?
No.
Can asylum applicants get advanced parole safely?
Yes.
Once age 21, can the U.S. citizen child apply for a green card for his divorced parents?
Yes.
Can I file a
The
mandamus?
green card holder, no. A U.S. citizen can.
Can I file a mandamus if DACA is canceled?
Depends on your situation.
Is it faster to get a green card through marriage or parent filing?
Marriage.
How long after marrying a U.S. citizen can I file adjustment of status?
Next day.
How much is the I-130 petition for a wife and a newborn baby?
$5.35 per petition.
Does my visa automatically... Oh, that was it.
We blew up because the first one was a pass.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No. The first one was a pass because we didn't even understand the question.
How many states deal with I-730?
Maybe an I-130?
That's what I was thinking, an I-130.
But all states do. I mean, I don't know what the question that even means. All right. We were doing really well until the last 5 minutes of the show. Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball. Will we still... Magic 8 Ball... Will we still spread love despite despite these little hiccups at the end of the show?
Let's see what.
Let's see. My source says yes. What is the I-730,
I like
Jill?
that.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's for the derivatives of. That's the derivative of the asylum. So that's after you are granted asylum and you want to process for your family members. Of course, you can do it in any one of 50 states.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Comments of the day?
Let's do it.
All right. Our first one comes from Elizabeth Francis, saying, Uncle Brad is the best immigration lawyer. It doesn't matter which immigration lawyer these callers use. They always seem to want to get the final approval from Uncle Brad.
That is very true.
That is very true.
Very true.
All right, and our next comment of the day. Dominic Nolasco saying, first-time viewer, greetings from Nova Scotia by way of California.
All right, well,
awesome.
welcome.
Welcome. And our last comment of the day comes from Don Harriet saying, I love today's Fuzzy Monday. Yeah, I did too.
We liked it too.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you all for joining. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll take a look back belatedly on Valentine's Day.
That'll be nice to see.
And we'll get our speed round right in order.
Yeah.
And we'll finish strong for the rest of the week. Have a happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Thanks for coming back and joining. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?